All right, everyone, welcome back to another weekly episode of the Rated RX podcast. I'm Robbie Avasi here with Samuel Lona, Xavier Hill, and we have a special guest with us today. Her name is Joelle Ayoub. Joelle is actually a friend of ours that we went to pharmacy school with. She was a very outgoing social butterfly, literally in every club and in everything in school government. And now she's with us, joining us after a little bit of professional growth herself. Joelle Ayoub is a professor at the Western University of Health Science and actually helps shape our future pharmacy cohorts. Joelle, how are you doing today?
What up? I'm just so excited you guys invited me to be on this podcast.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. We talked about it for a while. We're like, we got to have Joelle on the show. She's so funny and outgoing. It's going to be hilarious.
So full. It's like, yeah, maybe 2026. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
She squares us in.
Low key offended I wasn't the first guest, but it's okay. I made it on the schedule. That's what matters.
We had a Creighton alumni too. We had Paige on as our first guest.
I actually loved that episode. That was a good one.
And it had, and in all fairness, it had to be Paige. She's the one who kind of gave us a little bit of a push to get on social media, and it wouldn't have been right if we had anyone else go first. So, but nevertheless, we are very excited to have you with us. Now that we're a little more polished up, I think you're going to be very grateful that
I'm going to unpolish you.
Well,
I was telling one of my friends, I don't know, how am I going to be on this podcast? They're like, just act like how you act with the students. I was like, oh, so unprofessional.
That's perfect. Have you listened to the show?
No, it's authentic then.
Yeah.
Is she for real right now? Is this what's
Right. We're not professional.
No, I'm
at
just
all.
always myself. There is no other version of me. People are so curious to see me at work and teaching. And I do think in the classroom I change a little bit. I'm way less fun. But the second the lecture ends, any meeting, any place you see me, it's the same Joelle. I have not changed from pharmacy school.
Yeah, I can tell when I see your Instagram posts. I'm like, that's Joelle. That's
I'm
Joelle.
just trolling everybody on Instagram all the time.
Well, why don't you tell us who Joelle is for those who don't know?
Okay, well, for those who don't know, so I did go to Creighton, went to pharmacy school there with these cool guys. And then I went on to do a PGY1 ambulatory care at the University of Minnesota. After that, I went to do a PGY2 in ambulatory care and academia at Oregon State OHSU. And then I got my first job as an assistant professor at Western University College of Pharmacy in Pomona, which is in Los Angeles. I just recently got promoted to associate professor after 6 years.
Congratulations.
So exciting.
Wow. So what does that mean now that you've been promoted?
It
She's
means a few
untouchable.
thing. Yeah, it means it's harder to get rid of me.
More work.
It means I'm eligible for administration. So if I wanted to be an assistant dean of something, I could apply. And it means that I worked really hard.
Yeah.
I made it through the hoops.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm sure that was not easy. Well, Joelle, we have a new thing that we're starting with the show for our guests. We have a Reddit post that we would love for you to read and then just hear your candid reactions in response to what you read. I think you'll find it very relevant here, being that you are a teacher.
All right, let's do it. So, preceptors, what is the craziest, dumbest thing you've seen or heard an APPE student say or do? I'm going to read the first comment. I sent a student to do a med history. English was not her first language, and she comes back to tell me that the patient was non-responsive. Suddenly, a bunch of nurses start running to his room, ready to call a rapid or a code. Meanwhile, what my student meant was that the patient wasn't really engaging with her to answer her questions.
Wow.
One of the comments says, better than the other way around, I guess. The patient wasn't really good at responding to my questions. Why? Because they're dead.
What?
A little less confusing on that one, I guess.
This is so classic, though. You don't realize what the students don't know until you realize what the students don't know. You have to break it down. You have to really break it down. They just surprise you because, you have to put yourself back. It's so hard because you're so far removed. You've been out of school for so long that things are like common sense to you, the lingo, everything. And then you realize like this may be their first time talking to a patient, like ever, and putting together their knowledge. And that gap is super wide. And you have to like go back in time and be like, okay, I was like this too. And just like really talk them through the basics.
You're not like, oh, I was never like this. This wasn't me, was it?
I mean, I have those thoughts too.
You were like that more than anyone.
I mean,
There are some differences that I could spot. There are some similarities too. Like, for example, you can't BS me because everything they've thought of or tried, I've already done or thought of when I was in school.
Pioneer BSer.
So it's like, do not think that I don't
Wrote
know
the
what you're
book over
doing.
here.
She could teach a class in it. It's an elective course.
oh man.
So what got you into academia? That's you it just seems so random. I
What?
What do you mean what?
You didn't see
How
this
do you get
coming?
that?
What?
No, not at all. Not at
No,
all.
I just thought just clinical am care, and then you'll be in the clinic only. I didn't see you teaching.
Yeah. So tell us how you got into
Wow.
academia. Did
I thought you
someone
guys
inspire
all
you?
knew where I was headed. Well, actually, I didn't really want to go to pharmacy school. Originally, I wanted to be a math professor. I majored in math, and I was like ready to teach at a community college and get a PhD in math. And then I got a job at a community college. This was when I was in college. So I tutored at the community college, and I realized I don't really want to tutor math the rest of my life. I was just a little bit impatient, and it was more difficult than anticipated. I made it to Calc 3, and then I got to differential equations, and I was like, oh, this is no longer logical. This is just abstract. This isn't for me.
yeah.
I'll study
Yeah,
drugs instead.
I didn't make it past Calc 2, so better than me.
So then I was like, you know what? I'm really good at psychology. I just love listening to people, helping them with their problems. I also was like obsessed with nutrition labels and food and like knowing what
Oh.
vitamins are in different foods. So I was like, I'm going to be a nutritionist. That's it. I went and shadowed a nutritionist. And then I was like, but I also want to do psychology. So I was like, no, I'm going to be a psychologist. But then I'm like, what am I going to do with that? And then my mom was like, go be a pharmacist. And I was like, oh,
Just
You're
go.
like, just get out of
Okay.
here.
I was
Okay,
like,
Mom.
I don't want to, because her best friend was like a farm tech, and she's like, it's really good for women, blah blah blah. You can get a job anywhere, because that's what everyone says about pharmacy. And then I went and shadowed, or actually I knocked on this like random independent pharmacy's door. It was like 3 Persian brothers, and I was like, can I work here? And they were like, sure. And they call me Joe, J-O, no E. They're like, we're a 1-syllable pharmacy. That's what they said.
Wow.
Everyone's 1-syllable name. And then I was like, you know what? Math, check. Psych, check. Nutrition, check. I can do all of these, if I do pharmacy. And I still want to be a teacher. So, like, I never let that go.
Nice. Okay.
Wow.
So it's always in the back of your mind.
It was a
You
perfect
just had to
fit.
find the right topic.
But I'm still like, if you notice, or well, you guys don't work with me, but at work, like, I'm always trying to do psychology stuff. So my whole class is about like soft skills, professional development. I do residency workshops. I recently am I'm going to take over with another one of the faculty members, the professional wellness leadership development curriculum. So like, I'm always bringing in the psychology aspect, imposter syndrome, like strengths.
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys remember the Gallup strengths. So
Yep.
I do those
Yeah.
sessions too. I went and got certified to be a coach in that. So I never left my psychology aspect. And
Nice.
Want to do everything.
nutrition is all in my AmCare diabetes stuff too. So
Yeah.
Very true.
Nice.
Hey, you found the perfect
Tie it all
job.
together.
A little bit
Yeah.
of everything, right? Everything
Yeah.
you wanted. Everything you wanted in one thing.
everything. That's when I run into my Creighton professors, like at conferences. They're like, "This is what you wanted. You're doing what you wanted." And I'm like,
Get
"Really?
outta
This is
here.
what I wanted?" They're like, "Yeah, you don't remember?"
That's what you told me.
Careful what you wish for. So, follow-up question to you, Joelle. This is obviously a podcast. We have social media, and social media is obviously growing in ways to people get information. On the academia side, have you guys integrated social media in any way of their learning or in their curriculum? Or do you change anything to basically meet the needs of this younger generation?
Well, I took it upon myself to try. I think with like official Western University social media, it's a little bit, there's definitely more people you have to ask if you can do stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm shooting a reel tomorrow, and I got actually our president came from Creighton, like where we
Oh.
went to school.
Oh.
And I got footage of him for this really funny reel, and then legal department was like, no, you can't use that. And I was like, okay. But that's why I created the academic pharmacist, because I was like, I just want to have fun with my students and get to just put out there what I want to, and then I use it to communicate with them about my course. So like I'll post a poll and be like, what do you want on your quiz? I'll post the exam results and be like, what were you thinking? Like I will
What the
I'll
heck
just
were you
use it.
thinking?
And then instead of a journal club, I give my students an option on rotation to do a dance with me. So
I'm sure everyone
How
does
many
the
how many
dance.
take that up?
so few. It's really forced. They'd rather
Really?
do journal club. Yeah.
Wow.
It's humiliating for
So
them.
studious. I'll be dancing. I ain't gonna
Yeah, I
lie.
was gonna say.
Me and Robbie will be up there like,
Yeah.
hey.
I can see that for you.
I guess just thinking on, you kind of talked about what you like about academia and tying everything together. Or are there things that you dislike about it, or what you think or see what kind of pharmacists should get into it, or students that you see it's like, yeah, they'd be good for this, or might enjoy kind of what you do?
There are, of course, a lot of challenges. You are gonna get like just many different types of people in your classroom. You cannot make everybody happy. You cannot teach in a way that makes everybody happy. There is a little bit of like you're pretty judged, because if you think about it, there's a classroom of 100 people who are literally just watching you and judging you for the whole day. Then you have like when you present to faculty, there's also like a weird intimidation factor of like, oh, these are like people who have been here much longer than me, so I feel judged again. But like you kind of get over that, or I did get over that pretty quickly. And I mean, you know how it is when you're a student. You're just like, I know because I was a student, I know what they're doing when they're in class. Like they're texting each other, they're talking shit, they're like on Amazon. Like, but it's even worse than when we were in school, because there's 100,000 more distractions now. So it's like, I feel like sometimes you're teaching and you're like, is anyone listening to me? And then you find the one student that's like definitely listening to you, and you're like, just focused on them.
Just focus on it.
But
Thank you.
yeah,
But they are showing up though. They're not just like an empty room, right? Of you.
well, some
lecturing.
classes get an empty room, but I hacked the system. I put a quiz every morning in my class, so you're already there, so might as well stay.
You're one of those professors.
Do you have any
10
students
a.m.
like
lecture. Let me get this quiz 7:02.
I know, and I'm always late to my own quiz.
I'm not surprised.
Oh my goodness.
I know, was I ever on time
rolling
to
in with your
anything?
Starbies just coming in. Oh, sorry guys. I'm here,
Sorry,
don't
the
worry.
line was so long.
Do you have any students like me that's just sleep in the front row?
So
in the
many
front row,
people
focused,
sleeping.
but just sleep.
Oh, we gotta post a picture of that sometime on the channel. Just you sleeping in class.
Every class, I'll be like right after lunch. I'm like trying to focus and then just sleep. I'm focused for like the first 15 minutes. Like, yeah, I'm learning. Sleep.
There's a lot of sleeping. There's a lot of like coming in late with boba. There's a lot of sleeping. Yeah. There's a lot of like, I already said this 10 times, but then they raise their hand and legit ask me. And I literally said it. I'm not exaggerating 10 times, but it's all good.
Students.
They're students. Like some of them are just like,
Yeah, you didn't
I
do
just
that,
go-
right?
I got to get through it. I wasn't there. Do you guys remember? Oh, no, you guys weren't in
We
my
weren't in your
class.
class, yeah.
Dr. Augustine would be like, where's Joelle? Then everyone would be like texting me, get to school. He's asking for you. And I'm like, oh.
Dr.
And I would
Augustine
peek
picked on me
in.
too.
There was like nowhere to sit. I would walk all the way to the front, like 30 minutes late, and squeeze into the second row with RJ. It was so embarrassing.
I'm not surprised.
Would you say hi when you walked in?
Well, he would call me out. He'd be like, oh, so nice of you to show up. Yeah, it's not good when every professor knows your name. You cannot get away with as much.
Robbie knows.
Yeah, he was my academic advisor, so he always called out on me. It was really embarrassing. I remember in law, I was kind of passed out, not really paying attention. And he goes, "What do you think, Robbie?" And I was just like, "What the fuck? What do you mean? What do I think? I don't even know what's going on.
What's the question?
Yeah. And
What
you could
do
tell.
I think?
Yeah. I think I'm confused.
I will never forget. Remember the day we had to give the immunization practicum to each other? And he was my grader, and I was giving it to one of our classmates. And then I was so nervous to give the shot, and I just kept like getting the needle to the skin and hesitating. And he looks at me after I already like did that 10 times. He goes, "Just jab her. You're the reason I drink."
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
I never
wow.
forgot that. I'm the reason Dr. Augustine drinks.
Just
Wow.
jab her.
Cheers, Dr. Augustine.
Cheers, Dr. Augustine. Have you seen him at any of the conferences?
No, but I did go to campus and like literally wait by his office. One time after I graduated, I got to see him. I do go back to Omaha and literally roam the halls, and I'm like, I'm here.
Pretend you belong.
They probably think you're a student still.
Even on campus, they think I'm a student. If I wear a backpack, everyone's like nudging me like they're talking to their friend, and they're going, "Oh, sorry, Dr. Ayoub, thought you were a student." I'm like, I know, I look so young.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you are traumatizing your own set of students now that you're on the other side.
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay, well, you know what?
Uh-oh.
There's always time.
Time to kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
I'm like the cheerleader, not the traumatizer. Actually, that's not true.
Mhm.
We did a reel where they were like, "We listen and we don't judge," and they told me that I've been told many times my asthma COPD lectures were traumatizing. But
Great
the
job.
inhalers are rough. What can I do? It's not on me. It's the material.
It's your
a
fault.
Great,
It's all
great
your
job.
fault.
It's not my fault.
If one student doesn't cry, you didn't do your job.
They do cry. I can't believe I make people cry.
That means you're doing your job. It's part of the learning experience.
It is. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah, Sam,
You're doing
take
great.
us away to our next segment, Weekly Weigh-In.
All right, thank you, Robbie. You guys are listening to the Rated RX podcast. We have here the weekly weigh-in. A little message in for Joelle from a student. Again, looking at that expertise here. So I have just started pharmacy school, and it already feels like I'm drinking from a fire hose. Everyone keeps telling me it gets better after the first year, but does it really? Or is this just the beginning of the suffering? So, Joelle, thoughts on that first year? Is that what you tell them? First year, second year? I always remember second year as it being the tough one. What's the story in school these days?
I tell them a lot of things. I tell them
Okay.
that you're gonna look back on this time and think this is the best time of your life, because after you start working, it's not the same. You get to show up every day, hang out with your friends in class all day, take a test, and then like go celebrate. It's like, I know it is rough, but like also try to enjoy it. That's what I tell them. But also in terms of the fire hose, first year always sucks because you just don't know how to study for a grad program yet. So I would advise them to like do a bunch of trial and error of what works for you and get a system down by your second year when therapeutics hits and it gets even harder. So use your first year to just like see what works. Like for me, finally I had figured it out, but it was like, we'll show up to class and take notes on what the professor says. I would re-listen because we had access to our recording. So I would re-listen twice on 2 times speed and take more notes. Then I would go through the slides, consolidate the notes to what I thought was important, and make my own study guide. And I would handwrite it because the like neural connections you make are much better when you're writing it down. And then I would get with a friend. So me and Ricky used to just quiz each other forever. And we would like think like a professor. So what do you think they're going to ask? We're pharmacists. So it's like treatment focused. So we tried to really hone in on what was going to be on the test. We were pretty good at that. And we would just go back and forth until we drilled it into each other's brains. And then I would go back to my study guide, go back to my lecture slides, and I would actually sometimes have to talk through it, like even if it was to myself, so I could verbally remember it. I don't know. That's what worked for me. My grades went up after I realized I had a system.
Once you showed up, your grades went up?
After
Thanks for
that
that.
Starbucks coffee.
Can't wait for that to be used against me.
Very nice. Very nice. So not just yourself, but students that you see or saw as your colleagues or students now, what is the kind of the craziest thing you've seen them just stress about or go over, or a thing of like, yeah, this doesn't matter, guys. What are you worried about? What are you doing? Or just crazy thing in general that these students are worried about?
They are worried about everything. I cannot tell you how stressed our students get. It is debilitating. They panic. I think like anytime they have to perform or talk in front of each other or a faculty. So if they get called, even if they get to sit in their same chair and I ask them a question, just no, please don't. They look down. They literally avoid me. I'm like standing in front of them.
That was me.
Okay.
They're
Everyone
looking
still hates
away.
public speaking. Everyone still hates public speaking. Got it.
Yes, being evaluated one-on-one with a professor, like that freaks them out so much because even though they think they know they'll probably pass, it's like the feeling of I don't feel smart in this conversation to them is traumatizing. They stress about like, can I use a pencil or pen? Like we have written case exams and it's like, can I bring a pencil? Can I erase? I'm like, yes. They raise their hand again. Can I bring a pencil? Uh-huh. And they raise their hand. I swear they're so focused on like these small little details. I'm like, guys, you're going to be fine. And then I'll be like, okay, you got to write inside the lines. You know, that's the only part that's graded. Or like, and they just won't even, they'll forget to flip the whole page and miss half the exam. And they'll be like, oh no. I'm like, I only told you 20 times, but it's fine. We're going to help you out. It's like so funny. There was a student I had on rotation who I love. And if he ever listens to this, he knows that I love this story. And I told him he needed to work on his empathy. Because he had like one of his first ambulatory care clinic interactions and he wasn't that empathetic. And, you know, it's something you can learn, like how to speak empathetically.
Yeah.
He pulled an all-nighter watching YouTube videos on empathy. Showed up the next day. He said, I didn't sleep, Dr. Ayoub. I was like, oh, you didn't sleep? I did not tell you to do that. He's like, I studied empathy. I was like, okay, great. He was the most empathetic person I ever met the next day.
Wow.
He
Sure
was
needed a
so
cram. No big deal.
good. But I stressed him out because I gave him that feedback and he wanted to improve.
He wanted his A. He didn't think he was going to get an A on that rotation without his empathy, apparently.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Hard work for sure.
Yeah, they stress about everything and it's not motivating most of the time. It's like it just causes them to freeze up. That's why I try to tell them it's not a big deal and you'll be fine. That doesn't work either.
Just take a drink. You just tell them to drink. It's kind of like, oh,
I
yeah,
tell
you're
them
fine.
to drink and they don't. This is the worst thing.
They're over 21. So.
Let me just say that when I was in pharmacy school, and I tell my students this all the time, it was like, take a test, go party, right? We were in Omaha. We would just go to the moon or whatever, right? And celebrate with our friends. Do you know what our students do? They stay on campus in the breakout rooms till late hours, even after an exam, like studying more.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think they're having enough fun. That's
Yeah,
what
I think we
tell
had
them.
way too much fun.
They don't have the Joelle in their class.
I know. I was having so much fun.
They need a party leader.
Do they have fraternities there like we did?
They do. They do. They have Cavasai.
Are you a part of it?
You sound disappointed.
No, because I like I don't know what they do because I want to ask them, but they keep it all secret. But they do come to me for this, and that's I made
I
them
don't
do
think
a
you can
reel
talk
with
about
me.
that stuff. Okay. I don't know. Can you
Edit
talk
it
about
out.
that?
Edit it out.
No, it's going on.
No, you can't talk about. You're right.
God damn it, Joelle.
I'll bleep that part out. Don't
You
worry.
got to cut that whole thing.
They
Talk about
come
the
to me for bleep. Do not do that to me. Bleep. They come to me for bleep, and I give it to them.
Drugs.
Hey, you did it. Sorry.
This is a lesson to you, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Teach you not to stress about stuff.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Take one for your students.
Shots
Don't worry
fired.
about it. It's gonna be okay.
No.
Right? Yeah.
I do. I stress. I have selective stressing, though. It's not about everything. It's only when things are public and permanent.
Like this podcast.
Like things online. Okay. Got it. Are all your lectures recorded like ours were?
They are, but you don't get them unless you're officially sick with a doctor's note. That's our motivator to get them to class. We don't have any faith that they'll study outside of class if we don't get them there.
So they too many students like you, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Were you the one that wrote that policy? You're like, yeah, I remember myself. Like, we need some guidance.
Well, he fell asleep like me.
You guys didn't get to experience this, but we had a day where we were getting taught ID. I forgot his name, but
Distache?
Yes, Distache. So 9 people were there, and then he was very upset. So you know what he did? He made the ID HIV test, fill in the blank. You have to spell every drug right or else it's wrong.
I think he did that to us too.
No, we had
a zero.
No,
we had zero people show up.
No,
lecture.
no, I was there.
Oh, okay, I guess
it was 2 people. I think it was Mary Margaret and me.
If you're not awake, it doesn't count.
But I was there. He was so pissed. He made that test so hard. I was there and I still failed the test. I was like, God damn it. And I love ID.
Yeah, you do love ID.
Man.
I don't remember the question. I'm like my brain just went to the Creighton classroom.
Leadership. We were talking about leadership.
Oh, right.
We were?
Do as I say, not as I do.
Okay, classic leadership right there. All right, last thing, just a little bit funner on the subject. Either yourself or students, the craziest or most unhinged caffeine schedule or incident, what you're needing to study, those study schedules that either you did or students. I know remember some crazy ones of Robbie and caffeine pills and stuff we were rubbing under our eyes to stay awake and things.
Vapor rub under their eyes.
You did not.
You did.
Put Vicks under your eyes?
It made my eyes stay open like, yeah.
I walk into one of the study rooms and they have this like little jar out and they're like rubbing. It's like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Like, here, come here, try this.
Like, it's 1 a.m. Time to rub some Vicks under my eyelids, you know? Yeah.
Man. No, I've never seen that. I've seen a lot of energy drinks.
Give it a try. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
Hey, but be careful. Don't get it in your eye.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
I've seen some Sudafed hacks. Like, just morning Sudafed.
This is not an official recommendation. So, just FYI.
I've seen.
I meant all the above. Just liability's sake, This is what I did. That's all I'm saying.
Don't do these things. I don't recommend. Go to sleep.
Yeah, I can't top the Vicks.
A lot of energy drinks.
Energy drinks, Sudafed. I used to just stay up till 3, sleep till 6 a.m., and then just get some coffee and go. I never had an energy drink, but I have students who've showed up on rotations, like just pounding them the whole day. And I'm like, are you well?
No, I'm a pharmacy student.
That happens at work sometimes. You get that 2 p.m., 4 p.m. coffee of just dragging. It'll happen.
I mean, coffee is strong at our job. Like, they make 2 pots a day, and they're like, we're just going through it. We have all the other nurses and everything come to our office for coffee. So
you guys, I cut myself off after 1 p.m. No caffeine for me. I'm an old lady now.
I don't drink that much coffee, but
I try to.
I try to just do the morning coffee, but sometimes it bleeds over a little bit.
Yeah.
You guys should be proud of me. I've cut my caffeine significantly lately. I used to do 5 cups of coffee. I'm down to 2. So
wow.
Be proud of me.
That's pretty
What's
big.
the timing on, is it 2 cups back to back?
Yes. And then I'm done for the rest of the day.
The best thing you can do is wait a little to have your coffee. So if you wait like an hour or 2 after you wake up, your cortisol would have come down. And
I drink coffee because my brain is needs it, not because I want to enjoy it. So I'm not waiting an hour.
We're not trying to learn on this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone who actually needs coffee knows not to do that.
Save it for your lecture.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, thank you guys. Thanks for getting in for the students, making sure that they're understanding, fighting the good fight. I'm gonna hand it off to Xavier for a little pharmacy fantasy. Take it away.
All right, guys, how we doing? This is the Rated RX podcast, and I'm back with a little bit of pharmacy fantasy. And today, I have a fun script for you guys. The name of it is The Academic Pharmacist Fantasy.
oh my God.
All right. So
Scrub that.
Bleep that and bleep that in the middle.
Imagine
Bleep that in the middle too.
imagine this. The school auditorium lights dim,
Dr. Ayoub.
and instead of a dry lecture, the music kicks in.
Nice.
And on the stage walks none other than the academic pharmacist,
Oh,
the
great.
Instagram superstar who somehow balances academia, ambulatory care, and TikTok dance trends. She's not your typical preceptor. She doesn't just review soap notes. She turns them into a game show with the buzzer and all. She doesn't just host CD workshops. She live streams them, turning
Wow.
resume updates into something that feels more like a comedy roast than a chore. Her students, they don't sit in silence, taking notes half asleep. Nope, they're up dancing with her in discussions on anticoag reversal or how to counsel on insulin pens. She somehow makes Naplex prep feel less like exam torture and more like a group workout,
Fun.
complete with laughter, memes, and joy. But here's the real magic. Behind the fun, she's unfiltered. She gives the students the truth about academia, about ambulatory care, and about residencies. The hard stuff nobody usually says out loud. And because she's honest, her students don't just leave smarter, they leave more confident, more human, and ready to face pharmacy with resilience.
Aw. Oh my god.
Hey, this is a
Guys,
fantasy.
This is not a
don't-
fantasy. This is the truth.
that
Joelle
was so
is the
beautiful.
academic pharmacist.
Give me a copy of that. I want that in writing. That was so magical. It was like a fantasy, and it was exciting, and then it was sentimental.
Feel free to cry on the
Did
show.
I'm
you
glad
write
you
that? That was really good.
I wrote
He
the
spent up all
ideas
night.
out.
He spent up all
I
night.
wrote the idea.
I wrote that. I was like, talk about this.
ChatGPT wrote the rest.
That's
It
the
was really
best way to
good.
do it. You
It's
just tell
really
it what
good.
you want. The best way to use it is to tell exactly what you want, how you want it structured, what you want it about. And then it pieced it into a nice, readable piece that you could just read out. So I had all the ideas for the different things, like what you did and the type of pharmacist you were. And I just entered it in there and it helped, like, put it all together.
It was very
So what
nice.
Xavier's actually saying is thank ChatGPT for the kind words.
Yes.
No, I thank you, Xavier. That was really beautiful. And it was a fantasy because half of that is not happening.
Yeah, no one's learning.
Yeah. And no one's excited to take the Netflix because of me. But one can dream.
We can
One
dream
day.
for sure.
One day.
All right. So I have a couple follow-up questions after the fantasy story. My first one is, how do you manage to balance between like social media, academia, clinical work, and what lessons can traditional preceptors take from this style of engagement with students?
Good question.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
I came with that one myself.
I mean, I made my academic pharmacist account because I wanted a fun way to interact with my students and engage with them. And I did want it to be unfiltered. And whenever I'm just like, I don't even plan that much in the moment. I just try to like get footage of just honestly making fun of other faculty or like hanging out with students. And like, that's what I get to do. And I'm not trying to make it like an educational page. I'm just trying to engage with the students and other pharmacists or our alumni who honestly find it the most interesting because they're not on campus anymore and want to see what's going on. So I do try to take that to the classroom. Like my goal is to be engaging. So I really get tired of my own voice. Like even talking this much on this podcast about me is a little bit tiring, even though I love talking. But it's like I can't just lecture for an hour. They can see it on me. I start to like just get tired. So I try to break it up. That's why I every year I'm like, what can we do different? So I'll do a game. I'll do a competition. I'll do like anything. I will make it very discussion. I'll walk around. I'll shove a microphone in your face until you answer me. Like I will make them talk. I do not want to be the only one talking. So it is all about how we can engage them. And my advice to preceptors is to just meet the students where they're at. Like it's easy to kind of forget or lose that relatability, but we have to adapt to the Gen Zs and we have to keep our relatability to them. And it's the only way. Like you can't expect to do the same thing and then think they're just going to follow along. They're a different generation. They learn differently. They have a different mindset. They have more distractions and they're into different things than we are. They also learn differently. So just try to be relatable and remind them that, like, in some way you guys do have a lot in common. And that's why I try to keep up with the trends and the lingo, even though I sound so like lame, but at least I know what they're saying when they talk about stuff, and I use it in my classroom. Like, I bring celebrities and TikToks into my lectures, like within the PowerPoint, to help them remember different things. So if it like in any way ties to like a dance or something that went viral, I will bring it in.
Are you dropping any 6 7s in there? And then
I don't know what that is. But someone just told me what it was and I forgot already. I need like reinforcement.
I think that's Gen Alpha though. That's the kids.
Oh, the
young
6, 7?
kids. Yeah, the
Does it
6
learn
7
to
is like
count?
Gen Alpha.
Like
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know what
6,
it is,
7.
but I know they laugh at it. They
yeah,
just yell
write
out
that
the
down.
numbers
Write that
and they
down.
laugh
Use
at
it. Use that on the kids. Bust a random 6 7 out there. See what happens.
I just got the no cap and the cap, okay?
Oh, you far behind.
No, I'm kidding. I know that for a solid 6 months.
Okay.
It took me a while to understand finna as well, so
Oh,
I get
finna?
it.
I get finna.
That one was hard for me to grasp.
Oh, all right. Next
That's
question.
my advice.
Oh, go. That's your advice?
That's my advice.
Okay. That was great advice. Thanks for sharing.
You're
All right. So, what's one mistake that you made as a preceptor that you've since learned from? And what advice would you give to your past self?
I would say a mistake I made is not setting expectations and then being disappointed, and then the student becomes disappointed. What would happen is I wouldn't really set expectations. I would just expect them to catch on or just like be proactive. And I didn't say what I wanted them to do up front because I thought they would figure it out or be more in tune with it. But then I would be all like nice and happy and approachable and fun. But then when I realized they weren't meeting the expectations I thought they needed to meet, I would have a serious conversation. And then it would be like shock, like Dr. Ayoub's mad at me. And then it's like emotions and they're crying and like they didn't see it coming. So then I just learned to set expectations right away. And it might come off harsh. It might come off scary. It sounds like it's going to suck. But like, I'd rather that and they over prepare and they over panic than later we're having a difficult conversation because I didn't do that earlier on. So I would just don't expect students to like go the extra mile. If you tell them what you expect, they're going to do just that. Like very few of them are going to do more. So if you expect a lot, then just tell them that. Whether or not they can handle it. I mean, sometimes I feel like they are pretty scared, but they can, by the 3rd week, they're feeling a lot better. So I don't know. I think your precepting style like evolves over time. You continuously refine it. It's never like that was the best rotation. Like I was a perfect preceptor. You just get better. So if I were to give my old self advice, it would be like, you care, Joelle, you care. So that's the best part. Like you have half of it down if you just care. And the rest, like, don't be hard on yourself. Just, learn from the situation and try to be better next time and whatever you can take away from it.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful advice. Yeah, I mean, have you ever been on a rotation and the preceptor, like, didn't tell you what they wanted and you think you're doing great the whole time and then you get to the midpoint of your eval, you're like, you're doing terrible. You haven't done anything I asked. You're not, speaking up in rounds. I was like, I didn't even know I was supposed to do all that.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And I used to like put so much pressure on myself to give them an amazing experience. But I mean, I would take a little bit of that pressure off and just, I don't know. You do have to kind of meet every student differently where they're at and accommodate them a little bit. Some people maybe aren't as willing to do that and just think this is what you need to pass. Because I'm faculty, I kind of know the students on a different level. So I will spend a lot more time just working with them on where they're at and how I can accommodate their needs. But yeah, set expectations early on, day one.
Love
and
that.
reinforce them and repeat them. And if there's even a slight, like if the one time they didn't, measure up to that, then give them the feedback immediately. Don't wait until like 3rd week midpoint. Be like, you didn't do all these things. Like tell them right then and there. You were supposed to do this. Yes, privately and kindly. With a smile.
Love it.
You're failing.
I'm taking notes. I am taking notes, and I'm going to use that for sure.
I mean, the smile helps. You can say anything with a smile, and it's like 10 times more accepted.
All right. So, last question I have for you. Looking back, which preceptor or teacher shaped your own style the most, and what made them so impactful?
Oh my gosh. You guys, Dr. Nicole White is like my
Huh?
idol. Do you know this?
Yes, I remember
Yes.
you used to call her the unicorn professor.
Oh my God. I did because she still is. I think she taught me the meaning of mentorship. Like she was there for me. And it felt so good to have like just somebody in your corner that was looking out for you and mentoring you. I mean, all of our Creighton faculty, like Dr. Jones is my advisor. She was amazing. I'll never forget, like Dr. Augustine, like the one that challenges you and scares you the most is like sometimes the one that I don't know, you just always like have so much growth around that person. My list is long, guys. Like my Appy preceptors, I keep in touch with most of them to this day because I really felt like they all helped me in such a magical way. There was one person in particular who wasn't my preceptor who I recently reached out to just thank him again. He was at Sharp in San Diego. Nothing to do with my rotation. He was pretty high up, but the day of match, he saw me like crying and because I didn't match that day in phase 1, and he looked for me and came to find me and sat down with me for a couple hours. This guy didn't owe me anything and honestly just walked me through the whole thing, like just what went wrong, what we can do going from here, how to just rise up above that feeling. So I still think of him very often because he saw someone like in need and he just was there for me. And then in Minnesota, I mean, like I still keep in touch with those preceptors, you know, at least once a month we talk on the phone. My preceptors in Oregon too. I can say I took a little piece of them with me, all of them.
Yeah. Dang. I love
like,
that.
Dr. White.
Dr. White's the favorite though. But no,
love
yeah, I
it.
definitely get that too. Me, going around as well. I'm sure Robbie and Sam also did the same thing. They, all the preceptors that they found amazing, they took a little piece of them with them, and we carried them on our journey, and we passed those feelings and that support down to our students that we're working with as well.
It's all about paying it forward because we all got to where we are because someone helped us. So we have to continue to help them. And if any students are listening, just don't forget to keep in touch with your people who helped you because they want to know how you're doing and where you're at, and they want to hear from you. And, send them gratitude when you do think of them.
Hey,
Great words.
the
Well said.
academic pharmacist, you guys. Round of applause. Hey, it may not be a fantasy after all. It sounds like she's the real deal.
No, you
All
have
right.
to send me that.
I'll send it to you.
It's my new bio for my Instagram page. I'm going to have to trim, though. We got
Okay.
word limit, but.
All right. Moving on to our next topic. We're going to have Sam lead us in the Plan B blind draft. So, fun time.
All right, thank you. We've got Sam here with the Rated RX podcast, and we are going into the Plan B blind draft. So, Joelle, we have a topic here. It's just craziest things interns have done. So we're thinking interns, students, anything, just funny little things that we've seen. And I'm going to give you 5 different subjects, topics, things that happened. And you got to order them 1 through 5, 1 being the craziest of these, 5 being the least. It's like, yeah, they do that every Tuesday, no big deal. And then you don't know what's coming up next. So we think we got that figured out?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I took a screenshot.
Oh, boy.
Board certified.
I'm worse than a
professor,
student. I do not.
academic pharmacist.
You got to
Okay,
repeat it over and
craziest
over.
things interns have done. I'm gonna
Yes.
say a situation,
Yes.
and then you have to place it 1 through 5, but you don't know what else I'm gonna say.
Okay, sorry. Which was the best and the worst?
1 is the craziest thing this
Okay.
student has done. 5 is the least crazy. They
Okay,
do that.
Okay.
They do that every Tuesday. No big deal.
Okay, I got it.
Robbie and I will help you, but you make the final decision.
All right. I'm
All right,
indecisive, so.
We'll help move you forward. Don't worry.
All right, first one. The student made a TikTok about their rotation and accidentally violated HIPAA.
I know someone who did that.
I have to rank that right away.
You have to choose. You can think about it, but you're ranking that 1 through 5 on how crazy that is of something you got to deal with. Headache. You see that on every rotation. This is going to be something you're going to have to talk about with other preceptors.
Okay, guys, what do you think?
Pretty bad. I mean,
Well, I'm sure that one's pretty up there.
yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of repercussions, right? Like, you
A lot
know,
of
there's a lot
paperwork.
of paperwork. You got to apologize to the patient. I mean, that just seems like a headache. I mean, there's a law on that. So,
You might have to redo the rotation.
Oh, yeah, you will have to redo the rotation for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
At a different location as well.
Did you guys put that in there on purpose?
How do you know?
I mean, I just seems, it's the law, so it seems pretty bad.
It seems pretty
It
obvious.
seems.
Like, you think students would know.
Mm-hmm. You would think.
Hey, as long as they learned their lesson. But
What if it's Snapchat and it's temporary?
What if they took the TikTok down?
It's
It's
the
like
same.
like no one can prove it.
It's
I think
the
it still counts. This person learned that the hard way.
definitely
Okay,
the same.
well, temporarily put that at a 3.
There's no temporary.
no
you don't get to
temp-
go
You
back.
have to
No!
You gotta
Yeah.
choose
Yes.
before you hear the next one.
I didn't hear
That's
that
the,
rule.
that's the
That's
Yeah.
the blind draft.
Okay, go for it, guys. Where would you like to put that?
I think you need to go a little higher.
I think you got to
than
go
3.
higher.
I
you
think
gotta
he's
go
going to
higher.
have more stuff that's going to be worse.
Hey,
Worse than that.
Hey, if you want to do 3, again, this is all you. But
Yeah.
you got to stick to your guns. 3 it is. Let's go.
All right.
Okay, we're locking in at 3. Next one. The intern tried to compound cold brew in the clean room.
Oh my god, dude.
Wait, that's
What
a little
the
bit
fuck?
genius.
Why is that genius in the clean? You said the clean
You know,
room?
like, what- in the clean room. And
What?
they went to the IB room. They're grinding up their coffee grounds. They're heating up their water. They
I
get the
support
spin bar
it.
going. And
As long as I get a cup,
they're putting a little
I support it.
gentamicin in the
Wait,
bag.
no.
You know,
No gentamicin, just coffee.
No, we got.
they're working at the same time. They're in there working. You know, they're trying to be productive. They're trying
Not a
to give their
hospital
preceptor.
Did you have to clean get a whole new filter? Like I don't know how. Like what would coffee do to that? It sounds terrible.
I think it's fine. It's just a
She
gentle
thinks
wipe.
it's fine. Okay, this is
clean
no
up
big
after
deal.
yourself.
This
Fine,
is no
okay, it's
big
fine.
deal.
Are you going for
By the
5?
way, I'm never going to be asked
She
to grade
likes
cereal
her
compounding
lattes.
again. You know that.
You give her a coffee. We found the green ticket. Easy
Found the
A.
loophole.
Just walk in with the extra coffee. You're good to go.
I'm a sterile compounding grader. We have a HUD, and I watched them do the whole thing.
And you'd be fine with this. It sounds like you'd be fine with this. Okay.
I'm putting this. What's not that crazy? 4.
I mean, this
5
one
is the
you seem pretty low to
non-craziest.
you, so we can go 5.
You guys want to do 5?
Do you want?
I mean,
to do
they
5?
didn't think this was no big deal, but
I
apparently
think this is. If gentamicin, I mean,
Just a little antibiotic
she missed her
resistance,
ID lab. You know, that ID lecture anyway. So it
I'm
doesn't
an
matter.
AmCare pharmacist. I haven't been in a hospital like IV room in who knows how long. Okay.
What does your heart say?
4.
Okay, we're locking in 4.
Do you notice we're just not touching any of the extreme numbers?
You gotta run out in the middle.
Okay, next one. Gave a full patient counseling session to the wrong patient.
That's great. The patient learned more because they now know about another drug.
Hey,
Okay.
you didn't say HIPAA was violated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, it was an educational
Yeah.
experience for this
They just
patient.
started-
And they should be
Laying on
glad.
about the
They
drug.
should be glad that they got that extra 45-minute educational experience.
And now the student can do it again. Because,
Yeah.
they
Now they
got
got
it now.
practice. Now they're going to be better.
Better for the real.
5.
5. Okay.
Love it. Oh, that was decisive there.
Okay. So we got 1 and 2 left.
Those are the craziest. I have no choice. Okay.
We talked about gentamicin. Here we go. Calculated a gentamicin dose so bad it became a question on next year's exam.
It's funny.
That's like when we use videos of like what not to do in OSCE. We're like, here's a video of a bad interaction.
Here's your
with the patient.
colleagues. Here's everyone from last class.
Literally. Okay. Yeah.
One or
That's
2?
not great. That's a 2.
2. Okay. So
How
locked
is
in.
that? How is that worse than the viral video of the patient. I want to swap 2 and 3, but it's fine.
We can go back. We can go back and talk about it. All right. And then the last one, you got locked in at 1, gave the wrong vaccine, then tried to reverse it with another vaccine.
That's
What did you learn in
bad.
school, number 1? What did you
Why give
learn?
1 when you can give 2? Right?
come on, we gotta reverse this.
Double vaxxed.
Yeah.
Okay, locked in at 1. So
That deserves the first spot.
okay, good.
That's
All
madness.
right, so reading it
the
through
coffee
here, we
thing
got
was so good compared to that.
that student was so much better, is what you're saying. What if it was the same student, and you know, it's like one was the first 3 weeks, and then one was the second 3 weeks. It's like they're showing growth, right? But they're still trying to.
That's all you need is for them to make improvement on your rotation.
You made
script
great
the first couple
improvement.
weeks, and you're
Which you
fine.
did not
Is that what you're saying?
I've seen worse.
Okay, number 1, you went gave the wrong vaccine, then tried to reverse it with another. Number 2, calculated gentamicin dose so bad it became a question on next year's exam. 3, made a TikTok that violated HIPAA. 4, tried a compound cold brew in a clean room. And 5, gave a full patient counseling session to the wrong patient.
Not
All
bad.
How do you feel about the order?
I would just maybe flip 2 and 3. Otherwise, I love the order. What do you guys
Great
think?
job.
You
No,
guys,
I agree.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, not too bad. Yeah.
No, that's great.
they're lying.
No, it's not.
Like, yeah,
You're
yeah.
doing such great
Yeah,
job.
it's
Great job.
Such a
Yeah.
great job. It's like, yeah, I say that way too many times to my students, guys. Don't,
Yeah. I know when you're full
don't
of
give
shit.
that to me.
Yeah. That was like so. Both of you are such liars.
I promise you that was great. Like you said, flip 2 and 3, spot on.
They don't even remember what they were. It's fine.
All right, good
I
work,
like
guys.
that game. That's a
Good
fun
work.
game.
Okay.
That was fun.
Good.
I'm gonna do my exam questions just like that game.
Ooh, you could.
Look
Yeah, I'm
for
be
Best
like, which
list
one's
answers,
the worst you could do to
without
the
knowing
patient?
what's coming up. It could be good. Could be good. And then then you'd be like, yeah, that 2, 3, a little 6, 7 right there.
6, 7.
All right, let's move to the next segment here. We got Robbie for some adverse reaction. What do you got for us, Robbie?
Thank you, Sam. You guys are listening to the Rated RX podcast. In this segment, I'm going to play a video and you guys are going to react. Let me just share my handy dandy screen here.
Currently a third-year pharmacy school student, and I feel like a universal experience amongst pharmacy school students is having a pharmacist tell you to basically get out while you can. And I'm just curious for the pharmacists that are recent grads specifically, how many of y'all would actually agree with that advice? Not that I am doubting anything right now because I've been hearing the same back and forth for like 6-7 years, but I'm just curious as to what people that are recently entering the job market actually feel.
Okay.
Right. So, Joelle, you are not a new grad, but you work with a lot of new grads. Tell me, what are you thinking when this girl says this? Do you think there's some truth?
Sadly, I absolutely think there's truth to that TikTok. I think so many pharmacists are unhappy. I don't know what you guys think or what you hear from your classmates or your, people in the field at work. Do you guys feel like most pharmacists are happy?
Everybody gotta take the deep side.
I'll say, speaking specifically for me, initially I was not happy. I did not like my job, but that was retail. And honestly, I hear from a lot of people who don't like their job. It tends to come from retail community, but hospitals a little better. It still has its headaches, but I think most people hate retail is because it's like, you're doing more customer service that's intertwined with giving patient care. And so it's just sort of like, it sucks because now you're dealing with an angry person who wants their prescription like they're getting a cheeseburger. So it gets demanding. And, I ranted on this before, but CVS, Walgreens, none of that shit's owned by any pharmacist. Those are owned by MBAs, shareholders. So nothing's ever going to get ran the way it should get ran unless you go to an actual independent pharmacy.
Yeah. I feel like working in the corporate retail world is tough. Like, they're not compensated enough. The work conditions are so poor. Even independent pharmacies are struggling because of like PBM reimbursement rates are so low. And I feel like the root problem in all this is we're not truly reimbursed for our value because we are like a dispensing model right now as a profession mainly. And I think we need to start getting paid for like adherence counseling, drug counseling, changing like a medication error in the hospital. Like, we need to just change the model of how we are paid and the value that we bring. And I think that would improve how many pharmacists are unhappy. But I do feel like if you feel stuck in the corporate retail world, it is not a good feeling.
Definitely. So how would you go about changing that model? I mean, it's easy to say like we should change it, but like how do you actually do that?
Well, I think that's why it's so important to like really teach leadership and talk about these things in pharmacy school and the curriculum and help our students think outside the box from the beginning. So like the reason pharmacy got to where it is now is we kept pushing the envelope. Like, we give vaccines, but we didn't do that before. And we have pharmacists on each floor in the hospital. We didn't have that before. So we just have to keep coming up with new ideas and new ways for, healthcare systems to see us and like come up with a new job that hasn't existed and propose it and justify how you're going to get paid and like just keep trying. Honestly, I mean, we do a lot of advocacy in our profession. I know a lot of organizations are working super hard on that, but also on the more granular level, like how can we get our students and alumni to push these things and think outside the box and create new roles within the profession? I don't know.
So what do you tell students if they ever ask this of you, or have they ever asked this question to you directly?
Yes, it happens a lot actually where people contact me and say, I feel stuck, I want to get out. Well, while they're in school, I tell them like try to work backwards. So if you can, I try to tell them, where do you want to be in 10 years? What setting did you like on rotation? Where did you feel like you were thriving? What are the things you know about yourself? And like, how can you pick a field that, brings the best out of you and you can use your strengths? And then I tell them to try to work backwards on steps they can use to get there. And, sometimes it's residency, sometimes or fellowship, and sometimes it's not. And I tell them no matter what, like, you just have to keep trying and persevere. And it could take you, 46 job applications to get a per diem job at a hospital. But if it's what you want to do, you just got to keep meeting people, networking, and trying your best. But if you're already stuck and you're like, now I want to transition or get out, I feel like connecting with people is what I tell them to do first and foremost. Like, go to local organizations, talk to all the pharmacists you can, ask them what they do, see what different, like, there's so many things pharmacists do that people don't even realize. Like, there's really cool, unique jobs out there, but you just don't know until you meet someone who does it.
Yes.
And then see how you can get your foot in the door and get exposure and see how you can also, like, create something maybe that hasn't been done before.
That's some good advice there. Definitely. It's
Are you smiling the whole time while you're telling them this?
Did I
You
right
can
now?
do
Because
it.
if not, then no.
You didn't have the big grin on while you were saying.
Hey,
That
at least
means
she's
I
being
really
honest.
meant it,
Yeah.
yeah.
She was
At least
being
she was
serious
being
with him.
honest.
Now you know.
Wow.
No, that's
So as
definitely
soon as you
great
smile,
advice for
that's the
sure.
bullshit meter, right? When you're
Yeah, I saw your face after what I said. You're like, that's really good advice, but
I did, yeah.
And then he started smiling.
and what's the end to that sentence? I'm so curious.
Oh, it doesn't matter anymore.
No, come on,
we
just
got there.
share.
Oh,
Share.
Safe space.
No.
Share.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say anymore.
Should I repeat my whole thing and then it will come back to you?
With a
No,
smile this
that's
time.
okay. But I do have a follow-up question for you though.
Damn it.
If you could do it all over again,
Yeah.
would you choose pharmacy, knowing what you know now?
I hate that question. I can't answer that question.
Yes, you can.
I'm
It's
teaching the next generation of pharmacists.
You mean you can't say no? Hey, look how she's smiling now. Now she's smiling.
I was gonna say you
Before she
basically
wasn't
said no
smiling.
without saying no.
I think what I'm personally meant to do is help people develop themselves, honestly. Self-awareness, emotional intelligence, branding, networking, soft skills, interviewing, using your strengths, leveraging your strengths, all that stuff. That's what I'm meant to do. If pharmacy gave me a platform to do that, that's wonderful for me, because I don't know if I would have found that platform, but I feel like pharmacy did give me that, and I'm able to do what I love. It's just I had to kind of finesse the job to get me there, and I just kept like doing a little bit more until it became kind of my thing. So
So
yeah.
you became a positive motivational speaker for something you hate. Got it.
I can't believe that's what you took away from what I said.
No,
Isn't
no.
That's
Thanks,
what I took
Xavier.
away.
Think about the fantasy pharmacist from earlier.
Right. She's created a position that's
Pharmacy's
just for
not
her.
bad. Again, I like where I'm at now. Before it really did suck. It's just, retail community. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, but I'm glad you like what you're doing. I hope more people do like what they do as well, because it's a long time working in that career, and if you hate it, you're probably going to be dispensing yourself something to get by for it. So
That's why I tell my students, make the sacrifices earlier. You have 40 years maybe left in this job. Like, I know maybe it sounds like it's going to be rough, but it's 1 or 2 years. I did work really hard, honestly, to ensure that I was going to be fulfilled in my career. So I did make a lot of sacrifices in order to get to the job that I'm at. And I do feel like it's a really good fit for me. And there are many ways to get to the end goal. Like, there's so many, it doesn't have to be a direct path, but just don't give up on like what you think is going to fulfill you.
absolutely, because eventually you will find something you like, but you're probably going to suffer in the beginning, whether that's a residency or a crappy job, but you'll get there eventually. You can always reach out to Joelle if you need help and advice. So she'll give you a good pep talking as the academic pharmacist, not a
Do you guys
fantasy.
feel like you all have podcast voices?
We
Do we
definitely
feel
have
like we do?
podcast voices for sure. I'm country.
Do
I'm from
you
Mississippi.
do you feel
my
we have
accent
podcast
comes
voices?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys all have like a podcast voice that like turns on.
Thank you.
Definitely Robbie for sure.
Yeah, Robbie
Oh.
for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Years in the making.
Oh, I'm flattered. I'm flattered. This ain't no.
He's
ain't
trying
no
to sound
fantasy here.
sexy dad. He's
well,
taking ladies. Sorry,
what's that?
I said you were trying to sound sexy, like a sexy dad.
No,
And
man,
I was
I'm
like, he's
trying to
taking
speak
ladies.
clearly.
Sorry.
I'm trying to speak clearly and just, yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
Guys, we've known each other 10 years.
It's been a while.
Wow,
That's
embarrassing.
that's a long time. Yeah,
That's like
2015.
this little kid. What grade is a 10-year-old in?
I have no idea.
Fourth,
Fifth grade?
It's at
fifth,
fifth.
fourth,
No.
fifth?
Kindergarten's at 5.
5,
So
6, 7, 8, 9.
use
10.
your math.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Who took calculus?
Fifth grade?
Fifth grade.
Fourth, fifth grade, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
Joelle, any closing remarks for the show? Thoughts?
Just that I'm so excited you guys had me on.
Well, Joelle, hey, thanks for being on our show. It was a very fun, amazing, hilarious episode. I hope we can have you again in the future, and you can share more experiences of your students, for good or for bad.
Yeah, as like I could just be one of see, there's 4. How nice is that?
Oh, it's trying to be a
Just
permanent
permanently
member.
have me on.
Wow. All right.
I guess so.
No, you need an even number. I'm just kidding. It was so much fun. I loved it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Seriously. I feel honored. I'm an avid listener.
Well, thank you.
Good,
We
good.
appreciate that.
Tell
We
your students
appreciate
to
that.
listen for sure.
Yeah, I'm
At
gonna
least this
repost.
episode.
I'm gonna
May-
repost. No,
Can you-
actually,
can
they
you
should
give-
not listen to this.
Can you give some bonus credit? Like, hey, everyone whip out your phones. You need to download this, and you get an extra 5
yeah.
points if they show up at 7:02
One
a.m.
Extra credit.
Yeah.
We're not
One
allowed to give extra
scribe.
credit, but
Mm.
let's see. How about you lose 5 points if you don't follow?
She's going with the stick and not the carrot.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
There you go.
I like it. Hey, I endorse that.
Rated RX.
Yeah. Well, Joel, hey, why don't you give our listeners your details, your socials, so they could follow you? Where can they reach you at?
I'm on Instagram. I'm at the academic pharmacist. I'm also on LinkedIn. under Joelle Ayoub. And I'm working on my TikTok. There's nothing there right now, but maybe eventually I'll post some TikToks too. Again, on the academic pharmacist.
We are looking forward to it. Guys, any closing thoughts on your end?
Amazing episode. So happy to have you. It was so much fun. Tons of laughs. And we have to do it again sometime.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Just keep smiling.
Just keep
Just keep smiling. That should be the title.
We're so excited to have you on again.
On that note, bye guys.
Peace.
Later.
Later.